Welcome to T1 Academy. In our last sessions, we discussed about the compound interest, simple interest and the relation between the simple interest and compound interest. So today in this video, we are going to discuss one of the important concepts, that is installments. So installments questions are very important for some of the competitive examinations like railways, okay, as well as the banking examinations. So this concept is also very important for us. Now, what actually the installment happens? We should know the concept behind this installment, students. Then only we can understand the problems. For example, if you borrowed some principal as some 1000 rupees or else take it as some 1200. If you borrowed some 1200 rupees, okay, or else 12,000, let us make it into 12,000. For example, if you pay it in a, after 2 years, time period is some 2 years. If you pay it after 2 years at a rate of interest of some 10%. At a rate of interest of some 10%. Now tell me what it will amount after 2 years generally. Generally, how much you need to pay after 2 years? Tell me. What is the interest here for me? 20% of 12,000. What is 20% of 12,000, students? 10% is 1200. 20% will become 2400. That means after 2 years you will pay how much? 14,400. If it is a general case. See, first of all, we will understand the concept with the help of simple interest and then we will apply the same logic to the compound interest, students. Okay. That means after 2 years, how much you need to pay? You need to pay some 14,400. You need to pay some 14,400 if you pay it for once. But in case of installments, what you will do? 2 yearly installments. For example, if I say that I am paying it in 2 yearly installments, equally yearly installments. So, X and X rupees is the amount. Assume that X rupees and X rupees is the interest I have paid. That means installments I have paid. Now, few students will think that, okay, anyway, it will amount to 14,400. So, 14,400 by 2. That means every year I will pay him 7,200. Every year I will pay him 7,200. That means for 2 years, so that it will amount to some 14,400. This is how most of the students think. But this is completely wrong, students. Why it is wrong? This is a wrong concept. Okay. Now, what actually happens for us, we should understand this one. Now, when you are paying this first installment, okay, here the concept of present value and future value will be same here. So, what is X rupees? Today it is X rupees. Or else to make it more simple, for example, this first year interest is there, right? X rupees. If I give it this one to a third person. See, I have lent some money, I borrowed some money and the first installment, for example, instead of paying it to the my lender, what I have done is I paid it to I have given this for interest to a third person. So after 1 year, when he returns me, definitely he returns me with an interest, right? He will return me with a interest, right? So that means when you are paying this X rupees for the first year, after 1 year, what actually you are paying to the bank means X rupees plus interest on X for 1 year. Sir, why you have written 1 year? Actually, I have taken for how many years? 2 years. I have taken the money for 2 years. But I am paying it before 1 year, right? After 1 year, I am paying X rupees. That means this X rupees after how many years I should pay him? After 2 years. But I am paying him 1 year prior, right? So, interest and year will become X rupees plus interest on X for 1 year. Interest on X for 1 year. Next, similarly, this X rupees. Anyway, I am paying this one after second installment means exactly 2 years. So, here I am paying just X rupees. So, this should be equal to what? My 14,400. This should be equal to what? My 14,400. So, X plus interest on X for 1 year means what it becomes? X plus interest on X. What it becomes, students? Rate of interest is 10% and for 1 year. So, what it is? TR percentage means what it becomes? 10% of X. Or else, for your better understanding, I will write this one as 10 by 100 of X. It is up to you. You can take it as 10% of X or 10 by 100 of X. Anyway, both will be same. That is equal to A plus X rupees is equal to 14,400. Now, this overall will become what? 110% of X and this will become what? 210% of X. So, 210% of X R. 210% of R is equal to 14,400. Not R, X here. This is X, right? 210% of X is equal to 14,400. 14,400. What will be 100%? What is 100%? What is 100%? What you will get? 210. How 210 becomes 144 into 0? Okay, we don't know. Cross multiply it, students. Cross multiply it. What it becomes? 100 into 14,400 is equal to 210 into some A. Whatever it is. 0, 0 get cancelled. And you will get some value here in decimals. Why? Because I have taken a random value. Now, similarly, if I have taken some money, some principal for 3 years at R% rate of interest. So, how many installments will I pay here, students? How many installments will I pay here? I will pay 3 installments, right? For 3 years. So, what it becomes? X plus X, and this should be equal to my amount. Please be careful, students. This should be equal to my amount. Now, when I am paying my first installment, I am paying it before how many years? I am paying it before 2 years. So, when I pay this X, I think that I am paying just X rupees to the bank or the lender. But what actually I am paying here is X rupees plus interest on X for 2 years. Why? I am paying it before 2 years. Plus, when it comes to this X rupees plus interest on X for how many years? For 1 year. Why? What is the reason? I am paying it after 2 years. First installment. In 3 installments, when I pay my first installment, I am paying it before 2 years. So, 2 years. When it comes to my second installment, I am paying it before 1 year. So, in X rupees plus interest on X for 1 year. And similarly, the last installment, anyway, I am paying it on time. That should be equal to my amount. So, this is the logic. This is the concept or the logic behind the interest or the installments. Interest and installments. When you pay your first installment, for example, if there are 4 installments, that means what you will write? X plus X plus X plus X. 4 installments should be equal to my final amount. 4 installment. So, what it becomes? X rupees plus interest on. So, this is the case of, see, in whether it is simple interest or compound interest, the same logic applies. But what happens for us is, in case of simple interest, see here, students, what actually it is? X rupees plus interest on X rupees for 2 years means what? Amount on X for 2 years, right? Amount on X for 2 years. Next, what is this? Amount on X for 1 year. X for 1 year. So, actually you are writing the amounts for X for 2 years. But I am writing it separately. Now, in case of compound interest, what we will have means, the compound interest formula is little bit complicated, right? So, instead of that, directly we will write amount on X for 2 years, amount on X for 1 year and so on. But the major logic remains same. This is the logic. When you are paying X rupees as your first installment means, you are paying X rupees plus interest on X for 2 years. Similarly, X rupees second installment, you are paying before 1 year on the time. So, next, see here, students, in these cases, you will hear the most common word called debt. We will hear one of the most commonly heard word, debt. Debt means, students, please remember, debt means amount. Debt means amount. That means it includes both my principal and interest. Remember this one. These are the new words. And you will hear one more word called loan. Loan means the principal. Loan means the principal. Please be careful. Okay. Why? Because by seeing these words, don't get confused. Debt means amount. Loan means a principal. Loans means principal. See here, students, there will be shortcut for simple interest installments. Within 10 seconds, you will get the answer. But when it comes to the compound interest, the shortcut is complicated. So, that is the reason I am telling you the basic procedure. Anyway, we will solve the questions of simple interest both with the standard procedure as well as with the formula. I mean, simple shortcut trick. But in case of compound interest, we will not go for any tricks. We will follow the basic and the standard procedure. Understood? Now, we will try to solve some problems, students, so that you will get a clear idea. What annual installment will discharge a debt of rupees 6450 in 4 years at 5% rate of interest? See here, debt means what? Just now I told you amount. So now tell me what annual installment it will discharge? What annual installment it will discharge? We don't know. We will need to find that one. Let us assume it will discharge some x rupees for how many years? 4 years, right? X rupees and x rupees for 4 years, which will be equal to my amount, that is 6450. This should be equal to my amount. See students, please be careful. Always we should write here amount. We should write here amount. Okay, so this should be equal to my amount, some 6450. Now, when you are paying your first installment, as I have already told you, this installment means x rupees means, without knowing to you what actually it becomes, x rupees plus interest on x. On x for how many years? 3 years. You are paying it before 3 years, right? Okay, this value is this much. And actually we call it as future value. Those terminology are just to confuse you, no need to worry. So, you are giving x rupees plus interest on x for 3 years. Next, what it becomes? X plus interest on x for how many years? This one? This one is, you are paying it before 2 years. So, you will get this as 2 years. Okay. When it comes to this x rupees, what does it mean? X plus not only x, interest on x. Next, for how many years, students? You are paying it before 1 year, right? So, 1 year. That means what is this before 3 years? See, if you are meant to pay it after how many years? 4 years, if it is a general case. But when you pay the first installment, what is the time difference between that? 4 years and 3 years? 1 year. Okay. What is the time difference between that 4 years and this second installment 2 years means 2 years. What is the time difference between that 4 years and my third installment 3 years is 1 year. When it comes to the fourth installment, anyway, you need to pay after 4 years and the fourth installment was also paid after 4 years. So, there will be no interest earned on that x rupees. So, that will be same x rupees. That will be equal to what? 6450. Right? Understood? Now, x rupees plus interest on x for 3 years. Rate of interest is 5%. Time period is 3 years. TR means what, students? 15%, right? That means x plus 15% of x. X plus 15% of x. Plus x plus 2 years, TR, T is 2, rate of interest is 5, it becomes what? 10% of x. Students, those who have not watched that simple interest and compound interest video, please watch them so that then you will have a clear idea why I am writing this 15%, 10% and all those things. Plus x plus TR, 1 into 5, 5% of x. Plus x, that is equal to what? 6450. That is equal to what? 6450. So, now what happens to these students? This will become 115% of x. Am I correct? Why? Because x are 100% of x, both are same. Plus 100% plus 10%, what it becomes? 110% of x. Plus this will become what? 105% of x. Plus x, that is equal to what? 6450. That is equal to what? 6450. Now add all this, 115 plus 10. 115 plus 110, what it becomes? 225. 225 plus 105, 230. Sorry, 330. 330 plus x means what? 100% of x. So, that means it will become what overall? 430% of x is equal to what? 6450. 430% of x is equal to what? 6450. So, now what happens to my x in this case? 100 by 430 into 6450. 6450. 0, 0 get cancelled. 43 ones are 43, ones are 43, you will be left with 21, 215 means 5 times. So, that means what is my x? X is equal to 1500. So, that means every year you need to pay what installment here? 1500. Now, most of the students will get one doubt. Sir, every year he is paying 1500. So, what it becomes? How much he is paying? 6000. But what is the amount here it is, sir? 6450. How it is matching? See students, that is the logic of installments. So, actually you will think that you are paying only 6000. Why? Because every year's installment is how much? 1500. But what actually it is effectively equal to means 6450. 6450. This is how the installment concept works. You may think, sir, few students may think that how 60,000 will become 6,100. The future value of 6,000 will become what? 6,450. Okay, understood. This is how the installments works. Definitely, the sum of these installments will not be equal to our amount in any case. Remember this one. Don't get confused. Now, sir, what is the shortcut for this? What is the shortcut for this? How many installments, students? 4 installments. And what is the rate of interest? 5%, right? So, what you need to do here is 100 plus, okay, 105 plus, 110 plus, 115. Sir, 100, 105, 110 and 115. 4 installments, every one was incremented by 5. Why? Because my rate of interest is 5%. This is equal to the amount 6450. Okay, my installment is 100 parts. 100 parts will become what? So that means what happens to this overall? 430 is equal to 6450 and 100 parts will become what? How this logic was derived means, please observe this one, ma. 115 percentage of x, 110, what it is? 110 percentage of x, 105, what it is? 105 percentage of x, 100, only x means what? 100 percentage of x. What is the overall sum we got? 430 percentage of x. The same that 430, 6450, x or 100 percentage is what? We calculated for 100 percentage only, right? So 100 percentage is what? So the simple shortcut method for simple interest is simply keep on adding that percentages, 5% and so on successively, then that should be equal to some 6450. Now we will solve 2 to 3 examples so that you will get a clear idea. Now see here, what annual payment will discharge a debt of rupees? Debt means what? As I have already told you, 944, okay, in 4 equal annual installments. 4 equal annual installments at 12% simple interest. Just now, what is the shortcut I have told you? First installment will be, generally, we will take it as 100. From 100 we will start. What is the rate of interest? 12%. 100 plus 12, what it becomes? 112. Plus 112 plus 12, what it becomes? 124. Plus 12, what it becomes? 136. How many? 1, 2, 3 and 4. Why I stopped at 4? Because 4 equal annual installments. For example, if it is 5 annual installments, I would have written plus 148 also. Okay, but here it is just 4 installments, so that is the reason. So 100 plus 112, what it becomes? 212. Or else forget about hundreds, just calculate this one. 12 plus 24, 36. 36 plus 36, 72. So that means overall this will become what? 472 is equal to 944. 472 parts, whatever it may be. 472 parts is equal to 9. So what will be 100 parts? So why you are taking 100 parts means just I need to tell one installment. See, earlier case also the same thing. 100 parts will be equal to what? That will be our installment. So that will be our answer. So 100 parts will become what? 472 into 2 is 944. So similarly 100 also, 100 into 2 will become what? 200. That means every year we will pay how much? 200, 200, 200. Now don't think too much. 200, 200, 200. It will sums to 800. But how I need to repay? That person need to pay 944. How this 200, 200, 200's future value, overall value will become 944. Definitely this sum will not be equal to the debt, final debt always. Don't be get confused, students. Make it simple. Okay. Next. Pause the video and try to solve this one. Similar one. Pause the video and try to solve this one. What annual payment will discharge a debt of rupees 580 in 5 years at the rate of 8% per annum? 8% and 5 years. From where we need to start? We need to start it from 100. 100 plus 8%, right? 100 plus 8, 108 plus 8, 108 plus 8, what it becomes? 116 plus 124 plus 132. How many years? 5 years. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is equal to what is the debt they given for us here? 580. This is equal to the debt of 580 rupees. This is equal to a debt of 580 rupees. Okay. So now 8 plus 16, 24. 24 plus 24, what it becomes? 48. 48 plus 32, 80. And 500. So overall 580 parts is equal to 580 rupees. So each year installment is 100 parts. 100 parts. So this one is into 1. So here also into 1. So what it is? Yearly you will pay how much? 100 rupees. but it sums up to how much? 580. Okay, understood? Very simple. Okay, in the case of simple interest, this is a method to get the answer. Simple logic. The only thing you should understand is this is amount. Why? Because sometimes they will give us the principal. We need to find the amount in that case and we need to equal that to the amount. That's it. Nothing more than that. Next one. We will see the next one. Pause the video and try to solve it. Similar one, but little bit difference. Here they given what annual discharge payment of rupees 700 in 5 years will discharge a debt of what? See, till now in all the examples they given us the debt and we found the annual installment. But in this question reverse. They given us the annual installment and they are asking us to find the debt. Annual installment means what? Just now I told you 100 parts, right? Annual installment, what we calculated till now. See, if 580 parts is 580, 180, 100 parts is how much? Annual installment. Here also same, 100 parts is annual installment, right? So, in this case, they given us the annual installment. What is the annual installment they given for us? 700. That means 100 parts is 700. Okay, good, super. 100 parts is 700 rupees. This is given in the question. Now, for 5 years at 10% per annum. So, from where my installment will start? From 100. 100 plus 110 plus. Why? Because rate of interest is 10. How many years? 5 years. 100 plus 110 plus 120 plus 130 plus 140. Overall, this is equal to how many parts, students? 2, 10, 20, 30, 30 plus 30, 40, 60, 60 plus 40, 100. Overall, this is becoming how much? 700 parts. Sorry, 600 parts. Overall, it is becoming how much? 600 parts. Given yearly installment, what it is? 100 parts. 100 parts is equal to what? 700 rupees. 100 parts will be is what? 700 rupees. Then what will be 600 parts? Tell me. 600 parts into 7, right? So, into 7. 600 into 7, what it becomes? 4200 rupees. That means the debt here is how much? 4200 rupees. But yearly you will pay just 7000. Yearly you will pay just 7000 for how many years? 5 years. Sorry, 700 for how many years? 5 years. So, 700, 700, 700, 700 into 5, that is 3500, sir, but you are writing 4200. No, that will be future. In future, it will become, its effective value will become how much? 4200. So, here the debt is 4200 rupees. Everyone, few students will think that, okay, every year 700, for 5 years, 700 into 5, 3500. And they will write the answer as 3500. That is completely wrong perception. Okay. When you are paying your installment, the first installment means you are paying before some previous years. Okay, please remember that one carefully. Next one. A man borrows 2100 and undertakes to pay back with compound interest at 10% in two equally yearly installment at the end of first year and second year. The amount of each installment is. Now, first and foremost thing in this question, what did they give us? Whether they given us the amount or principal, they given us the principal. Why? Because he is borrowing 2100. And this is the case of compound interest. So, every year how much you need to pay, how many installments? 2 yearly installment. That means the first installment is X rupees and the second installment is X rupees. This should be equal to what? An amount. Amount after 2 years. What is the formula in compound interest? Principal into, that is 2100 into 1 plus, what is the rate of interest? 10% by 100 whole square. By 100 whole square. That is the amount after how many years? Amount after 2 years. Now, when I am paying my first installment, already I have told you what it is actually means X rupees plus interest on X, same logic, X for 1 year, interest on X for 1 year, right? And this one anyway the same X rupees. It is not changing. Why? Because I am paying this after 2 years. Anyway, I need to pay my complete amount also after 2 years. So, there is no difference. So, X rupees plus interest on X for 1 year means what does it mean? Amount on X for 1 year. X for 1 year plus X rupees is equal to this value, right? 2100 into 1 plus 10 by 100 whole square. 1 plus 10 by 100 whole square. Now, amount of on X for 1 year. What is the amount on X for 1 year? What is the formula for amount? See, in compound interest, luckily we have the formulas for amount directly. Whereas in simple interest, we have written plus and something. In case of compound interest, we are not going to write. So what happens to this one? X into 1 plus 10 by 100 whole to the power of 1. Why? Because amount after 1 year. Plus x is equal to 2100 into 1 plus 10 by 100 whole square. What happens here, students, means sometimes few will send this to this side, what that 1 plus 10 by 100, and they will try to cancel it. It is all waste of time. Don't do all those type of things. What it becomes directly for me? 11x by 10 plus x, it will become what? 21x by 10. Directly I am solving. The value of this complete LHS will become 21x by 10. Now what happens to this one, students? 2100 into 11 into 11 by 10 into 10. I don't want to waste your time. So directly I am writing in this manner. So 11 square, 11 by 10 whole square. So the 110 will get cancelled. 10 will get cancelled. 21 ones are 21 tens are. So x value will become, that means yearly installment will become what for me here? Yearly installment will become what? 11 11s are 121 and 10, it will become what? 1210. Now everyone will get one doubt, one brilliant doubt. What it is, sir, in this case 1210 plus 1210, it is becoming 2410. How you are getting more value? Actually what it is, students? Actually this is principal, not the amount. If you find the amount, that value will be more than definitely 2420. Okay, this is what? Principal. 2100 is actually for us in this case is principal. So that is the reason our installments sum will be greater than principal. Obviously, installments sum will be greater than principal, but it will be less than the amount. It will be less than the amount. Remember this one. Okay. The concept remains same. Understood? So this is how, and there will be no shortcut for this compound. Yes, there are some shortcuts, but it is of waste of time. It will drain your brain a lot. Instead of learning the shortcuts, better to go with this standard procedure. You will get the answer perfectly. Okay, no need to worry. Now we will see the next one. A man borrows rupees 820 and undertake to pay with compound interest at 5% in 2 year yearly at the end of first year. What is the amount? Same concept. Okay, he borrows how much? 820. He is borrowing 820 means what will be the amount it will become? Amount it becomes how much? 820 into 1 plus what is the rate of interest? 5 by 100 whole square. 5 by 100 whole square. And how many installments you need to pay? You need to pay 2 installments, first and second year. And remember, they clearly mentioned at the end of first and second year. What happens means sometimes students, remember this one carefully, at the beginning of the year only. That means, for example, if it is beginning, what will happen, tell me? You are paying x rupees and x rupees. If you are paying at the beginning of the year, that means immediately after taking the loan, immediately I will pay the first installment on the first day itself. Then what will happen, tell me there? When it comes to this x rupees, it will be paid before how many years? 2 years. And this x rupees will be paid before 1 year. Just the time period increases. Remember this one. If you are paying at the beginning means this will become, that means after 2 years you need to pay this means you are paying on the first day means you are paying it before 2 years. So you will write x plus interest on x for 2 years. When it comes to this installment, actually you need to pay after 2 years, but you are paying it after just 1 year. That means interest plus. So like that you need to think and you need to solve the problem for us. You need to solve the problem for us. Now x rupees and x rupees, right? So now what happens to these students? What happens to this? Solve this one. X rupees and x rupees. X rupees, but this is a general case at the end of first year and second year. So x rupees plus interest on x for 1 year. For 1 year. And this is the same x rupees. This will be equal to some 820 into 1 plus 5 by 100 whole square. Later we will cancel anyway, no need to worry. So now in x plus interest on x means amount after 2 years, 1 year, right? Amount after 1 year formula will become x into 1 plus rate of interest is how much? 5%. So 5 by 100 whole to the power of 1 plus x is equal to 820 into 1 plus 5 by 100 whole square. So 1 plus 500 which will become what? 21 by 100. So 21 by 100 plus, sorry, 21 by 20. 21 by 20x plus x, it will become what? 41x by 20. See students, I have cancelled it directly. Nothing more than that. This will become what? 21x plus x. 21x plus x, it will become what? 41x by 20. Okay. This will become actually 21x by 20. Am I correct? So 21x by 20 plus x, what it becomes? 41x by 20. So I am writing directly, please try to understand. It will save a lot of time. 820 into, this will become what? 21 into 21 by 20 into 20. 21 into 21 by 20 into 20. So 20 get cancels. 41 ones, 41, 2's, zeros. So 20 get cancels. So x value will become what here? 441 rupees. That means every year you need to pay what installment here? 441 rupees. 441 rupees. The installment here is 441 rupees. Understood? This is the standard procedure and you need to follow this one. Next. A man borrows 1800 and undertake to pay back in compound interest at 20% in 3 equally yearly installments at the end of first. So 3 installments. So first installment after you will pay before 2 years, right? So amount formula is how much? X into 1 plus rate of interest is 20 by 100 whole square. When it comes to second installment, you will pay it before 1 year. So 20 by 100 whole to the power of 1. When it comes to third installment, you will pay anyway it on that time. So x plus what is the man borrowing means what? Principal. So it will amount to what? 1800 into 1 plus 20 by 100 whole cube. Why? Because 3 years is the duration, right? Whole cube. So now try to solve it. What it becomes, students, overall? This one will become 1 by 5. So 6 by 5 means it will become 36 by 25. So 36x by 25 plus this will become what? 6 by 5x or else 6x by 5 plus x, that is equal to 1800 into, this also becomes 6 by 5 whole cube. 6 by 5 whole cube. Now when I take the LCM, what it becomes? 25. So 36x plus 30x plus 25x is equal to 1800 into 216 by 125. 216 by 125. Okay, so 25 ones, 25 fives. So what it becomes overall? 66x, 91x, right? 91x. 91x is equal to 1800 into 216 by 5. 216 by 5. 91, 13 into 7 is 91. Anyway, it is not going to cancel with 13 and this is not going to cancel with 7. Now we will try to check. 5 3s are 3060. So here x is equal to 360 into 216 by 91. You will get something in mixed fraction. Okay, right? Solve it, you will get the answer. Next one. A loan of 2,550 is to be paid back in 2 equal half-yearly installments. How much is each installment if the interest is compounded half-yearly at 8% rate of interest? The same concept, right, students? But it is half-yearly. Rate of interest is, that means in 1 year, 2 equally half-yearly installments, right? In 1 year, what is the interest you need to pay? 8%. For half year, it will become what? Rate of interest. In our previous videos, we have already done. It will become what? 4%. That is the only difference. And the entire process remains the same. What is the amount you need to pay here? 2550. How many installments? 2 installments. So we know what it will be. Amount it becomes. Amount is equal to here 2550 into 1 plus 4 by 100 whole square. Sir, time period is 1 year. Why you are writing 2? This is 2 equal half years. So that is the reason time slots will become double. Rate of interest will become half. Please do watch that compound interest one so that you will get an idea. This is the amount for us. So first installment you are paying it before first half year, right? So that means what it becomes? What will be the formula? Amount of for half year will become what? X into 1 plus 4 by 100. You are paying before 1 half year, so 1 plus you are paying the next installment on time. That is X rupees only. See here students, are half year why you have taken? Rate of interest I have done half. So time period also will be multiplied with 2. So that is the reason I am writing here 1. So only difference, rate of interest make it half and everything remains Same students, no need to worry. So now what happens to this one? So 26x plus 25x, it will become what overall? 51x by 25 is equal to 2550 into what it becomes? 26 into 26 by 25 into 25. Okay. So now 51 ones, 51 5s and zeros. Next 25 will get cancelled. 25 ones, 25 2s. So x will become what? 676 into 2. 676 into 2, what it becomes for us? Students, 13,052 rupees. So the installment you need to pay, half yearly installment you need to pay here is 1352 rupees. 1352 rupees. So that is the answer for this one. 1352 rupees is the installment you need to pay here. See here students, sometimes the rate of interest will be varied. In that case also the same logic. We will apply the same logic and the installment concept remains same. That means when you are paying x rupees for a 3 time period installments, the basic logic, remember this one, that is very, very important. X plus interest on x before how many years? 2 years. So interest on x for 2 years. This is the installment logic. So this installment x means x plus you are paying it before 1 year. So interest on x for 1 year. If it is simple interest, take the simple interest amount. If it is compound interest, take the compound interest amount. That's it. But the installment concept remains same. For simple interest, we have a shortcut, but for compound interest, we will solve it. Okay. Thank you very much. We will see in a new concept in our next session. Thank you. Thank you very much.